Uh, uh, so, excuse me while I pop some headache medicine. Okay. So I just got home. Um, it is May 2nd, which is Free Comic Book Day. I went to see Age of Ultron, and which this video is going to be about, as you'll probably be able to see by the title. I went to see Age of Ultron. Gonna do a spiel on that. And I also went to a rally, so I just got back from that. Quick story. I don't like spending money, and I don't have a bus pass. So that involves me walking the majority of places, and most of the time, if I can't walk it, or if my friend doesn't volunteer to drive me, I generally won't go. So I just ran some calculations for shits and giggles, and about the distance from like our T station, our underground train station, to my comic book store and back is somewhere around like 1.5 miles, like total. So that's how I started my day, around 11:30. I went down, rode over, went down there, came back, dropped off my shit, and I looked at the different times for the movie. So I went to the 4:30 showing, and so I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go down there. It's supposed to take about 44 minutes. It took me about 38 because I'm speedy. I found out that was another about 1.5 miles. So we got about 3 miles. And then I walked over to this rally later on, which was again another like 1.3 miles. So I clocked in probably somewhere a little over 4 miles today, unintentionally being a nerd and then just trying to go show support for Freddy for current social events. Anyways, so Age of Ultron, go see it. Oh, it's such a fun little movie. I really like it. A lot of the reviews I've been seeing have been giving it 9.5s, which is probably what I would agree with. I'll try to do this video without spoilers, and then do another one with spoilers for whoever watches this shit. Anyways, so the cast for this is, I think they're really solid. Watching the movie, it makes me realize how little the Hulk really has, kind of, and that's kind of disappointing. Not from a character stake. Well, it is partially from a character stake because he doesn't, like, the only thing he has at risk is other people and himself, which in the grand scheme of things in the movies that's big, but for him as a character that's not as much because you don't have Betty, like they mentioned her I think in the first one, and then we haven't heard from her since. You don't hear about her in this movie, that's for sure. There is stuff between Widow and Hulk that you'll see, which I don't know how I feel currently. I heard this movie got cut down by about an hour, and I really want to see the 3.5 hour version. Maybe they flesh it out a little more. I don't hate the idea. I'm just curious. It has me intrigued. And I'm curious to see where they take that. There's things about Hawkeye that you learn, and this movie made me really appreciate him a lot more as a character. Because generally I'm like, oh, he's the Green Arrow of the group. He's an archer. But he does do things that are important. Granted, he has 2 legs and no powers. I mean, so does Natasha. But she's also a trained spy. He's just really good. But Robert Downey Jr. is back with all of his quips. He's great. Cap is great. Thor is great. They're all good at what they do. The newcomer, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I like the twins. I do like the twins a lot. Their introduction was good. I think. I don't think we saw too much of them from the trailers and everything. That doesn't imply everything that they're capable of. Quicksilver is witty. I like his jokes. He's kind of a dick. He's a speedy dick. Speedy dick. But yeah, I like Quicksilver. I really like Scarlet Witch. There's something in this movie that I'll talk about in the spoiler one that pissed me off involving these characters. They have Baron von Strucker in there for like 10 minutes. He's in there for the opening scene and he comes back later on, like he's mentioned. I liked Strucker. He was funny. This isn't really a spoiler. It's just a quick line where he says, "We are not going to surrender," and he turns to his party and he's like, "So we're going to surrender." And I'm like, oh, that was okay. Everyone makes jokes in this movie. They're pretty funny, except for, okay, I'd say Scarlet Witch doesn't really make any. Yeah, she's the only one who doesn't really have any one-liners or quips or anything that's kind of funny or jokey. She's very mysterious in the shit she does with her hands. Their acts, I don't know anything about Romanians or their interpretation. So as far as I can tell, the accents are fine. This could offend some Romanis or Jewish Romani people. I don't know. I don't know about that culture, so feel free to educate me. You know, that's all good and well. The accents didn't really bother me. Occasionally, you can catch them slip into a regular voice. Like, I think there's a very brief moment when she's in danger, and you hear her slip out for a second and just sound full American. And they do kind of have a stereotypical, like, hey, you did not see that coming, like that type of sound. I don't know if it's accurate or not. It sounded fine to me. It didn't really bother me that much, and it wasn't like so thick that you couldn't notice. Vision was the shit, and I liked Vision's introduction and how they made him a character. Going by this process, it's in the comics, so it doesn't matter. So, like how Vision is made, I like the idea. I like what they did with it, too. Claw is there. I didn't know what the hell he was going to sound like. When they actually when they went to where they went to it's kind of a spoiler, but not really. It's introducing something, but whatever. But when they go meet Claw, and the accent he has is kind of like Afrikaans, kind of. I liked it. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, sure, I'll go with it. Like, I liked his accent. I like Claw. I'm really intrigued to see him in the future, probably in Black Panther. And so we'll actually be getting that Claw. But yeah, I liked him in that. The big one, Ultron. I like Ultron more than Loki. I do. I don't know what it was. Something James Spader brought was not only humor, like the humor, the seriousness, but a sense of childlikeness I got from Ultron a lot too. Like there's a scene when Ultron and Claw are interacting, and I think he mentioned something about Stark, and in the film Stark makes Ultron, and Ultron like loses his shit, like he's like a pissed off teenager. He's like, "What did you? No, I'm not anything like him. I'm not anything like Stark. I'm not like my dad. He's not my real dad. Fuck him." Like Ultron really acts like a child in a lot of these scenes. I mean, and there's a very brief moment in the film where I was rooting for Ultron, and then Vision elaborates later on something regarding right and wrong involving Ultron, which makes a lot of sense. And I'm like, oh, okay, see, this is why. Like, but from the start, like, I love Ultron's dialogue. I love how James Spader does the character. I really like Ultron more than Loki. I don't know what it is. I just got way more invested in the character. I don't know what it was. Maybe the hype and the fan girling around Loki is what may have deterred me just a little bit. I like Loki as a character, I do. But I thought he might have gotten, like, he almost got a little overplayed. But I really dig Ultron. And I do kind of want to see him come back in the future, down the road, even if it's just in like a haze or something that someone sees, like Scarlet Witch go through someone's head and oh fuck, Ultron. But I loved Ultron in this film. I like his dialogue, great. James Spader was awesome, as I've said. There are a couple other people you see in this movie. The black guys. those are the other people that make random cameos throughout the film. Let's see. War Machine was great for what he did when he was there. Falcon was awesome, and his dialogue makes sense for something that happens near the end of the film that I don't want to spoil. And Idris Elba comes in as Heimdall to introduce something in Thor that they're probably going to develop with Ragnarok. Which, this movie makes me really intrigued for Ragnarok. It makes me interested. It makes Phase 3. It makes going into Phase 3 very interesting. Like, you do see the seeds and sprinklings of civil war in there. Even like an actual brief tiff-taff between Cap and Iron Man. Like, you do see the seeds and sparks of Civil War beginning to flourish between the two of them. You don't really see side picking. You just see opinions going against one another and how they stand, what they try to mean when they say that they're Avengers. You see seeds of Ragnarok sprinkled in there. You see seeds of Black Panther sprinkled in too. Well, not even sprinkled. That one's just like beat over. There's a part in here. If you've seen the clip of them trying to lift Mjolnir and everything, that actually comes in with the joke near the end, but that also comes into play in the plot during the film, and it's very interesting as to what it means. And it's funny when it happens, because everyone's just like, oh shit, okay, and they just look like that was sudden and that just happened. But no, I don't want to spoil it. But overall, definitely go see it if you like superhero films, if you like action films, if you like these characters. It does a good job with, I would say, everyone. The same thing that I've been hearing a lot is that it's not a perfect 10, but it's close. And I still want that 3.5 hour version that Joss said he has. I want to see that version, because there are a couple times when I can tell, I'm like, okay, that was a little, I would catch something in the cinematography or in the acting. Then I'm like, oh, okay, not the acting, but the cinematography or the background, like the effects. I'm like, okay, that could be a little sharper, just a tiny bit. Like, because the Avengers was this colossal event that happened. It brought these characters together, and I remember watching it, feeling hype. I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, the Avengers. Like when I went to see the Avengers, my theater was packed. I went to see Age of Ultron. Granted, it was a matinee show, so I'm not that surprised that there were only like 12 people in the audience, which is fucking fine with me. But there were moments that garnered general laughs. The story, I really like it, and when you stop and think about it, Scarlet Witch is actually the one who starts all this shit in the first place. If you watch the movie and think about it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Scarlet Witch is the one who sets off the entire film by accident. Like, unintentionally, she sets off the entire rest of the film. But I definitely say they're yelling because they're weird and kind of rude. But yeah, definitely check out the film. I agree with the 9.5s. But I like this villain. I like this villain a lot more than Loki. But this film is not like I before I went to the theater, I had about 45 minutes to kill, so I wanted to get my ticket ahead of time, because I'm like, oh shit, the theater might be packed. It wasn't, but I got my ticket, and everything. I just hung out around the local market area and just looking for bathrooms. Actually, is what happened, and I found one in a Subway. But I ran around. Shit, where was I going with this? Fuck it. Yeah, definitely go. Can't remember what I was gonna say. Children, tiny little people. But I like it. The story's, yeah. So I keep repeating myself. I like the story. I like the character development that it's growing towards. It reveals some things about Black Widow that, boy, shit. Wow, she went through some stuff. Also, there's what Cap has a line where it's basically "watch your profanity." Like, he has one of those lines right at the start. Oh, now I remember. Yeah, the film is like, I was worried about going in and maybe getting tired or falling asleep or something, because I'm tired from, I have my finals and everything going on this time of the year, so I'm tired from studying and everything. But I told myself, on free comic book day, I'm gonna go see Age of Ultron. I definitely want to see this film again. I told myself before going in that I probably will want to see it again, and after seeing it once, I still want to see it again. Like, I didn't feel that way after the first Avengers. I'm like, oh, I saw everything, I want to buy it. Like, yeah, that's how I felt. This one, I'm like, I want to see it again. I just feel like I want to see it again. I want to revisit these characters again. Like, I'm excited for the future of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But this film kept my attention the entire time. I did watch it in 3D. I think it was a post-conversion film, so you probably don't need it. Like, to be honest, when I saw 3D, it came more from the trailer beforehand, which I'll go into after this. But definitely go see the film. It is basically straight action from start to finish. And it's about a 2.5 hour film. So, shit, like, strap on in. But, it's dope. Like, it's solid. What are the trailers I got? I got Ant-Man, which was the same one before. I still laugh at that scene with the train. The hype trains are coming! Beep, 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 beep. So, I'll see Ant-Man when it comes out, I guess. I think it comes out in July. So, there might be a very slight overlap between the two films, or late June. So I got that. I got Fantastic Four, which, god damn it. I told myself I wasn't going to see this film after the trailer I saw in theaters, which is an extended version of the regular trailer, and it shows a little bit more of the characters. It's making me want to see it, like, in theaters. I promised myself I wasn't going to, but damn it, it's looking interesting. Which, shit, but I have a secret. I actually do enjoy the old, not the 80s ones, but the 2000s Fantastic Four movies. They may not be the best, but I like them. This one, it has my curiosity. It almost has my full attention. I will give them that. It's making me intrigued to possibly want to see this film in theaters. So that's all I'll say about it. Tomorrowland, I'm gonna see Tomorrowland. I only got 3. I got 4. There's a first one before all of them, which I'll go into in a second. Tomorrowland, it looks mysterious as shit, so that's why I have to see it. I don't know no one knows anything about the plot. All we know is that there's a girl with a coin, takes it to like a futuristic place, and George Clooney is there, and people are chasing them. And I'm like, well, I have to see it because I don't know what the hell is going on. There's so much stuff that they have to explain. The other trailer I got was for The Force Awakens, Star Wars Episode 7. I'm not like, I really like Star Wars. It's a great film series. I like the prequels. Get off my ass. I do. I generally like the prequels. Maybe it's because I was young, and I haven't gone back and rewatched them in years. So they probably don't hold up at all, based off what I've heard from other people. But watching the trailer for Force Awakens is the first time ever that I have physically felt myself like gasp in excitement over Star Wars. Maybe it was because I had my 3D glasses on for it, so some of the trailer was in 3D. But just like near the end, I felt myself go, whoa, whoa. I'm excited for that film extremely because it's a new chapter. They had the monologue and everything. That was probably from Luke. The passing of the torches beginning. And that, that is actually, it looks exciting. So I'm excited for that. One last thing. The costumes in Age of Ultron. I fucking love all these costumes. And I fucking love Ultron's evolution from Prime, first Ultron to second Ultron to the Ultron you see at the end, who looks more like classic Ultron. But he still talks. And there's, but I like it. I like the new Iron Man suit, sweet. I like the new Cap suit, awesome. The new Thor suit, solid. Quicksilver's fine for what it does. Scarlet Witch is good. She has a second outfit at the end. That's a spoiler, but, that's the only spoiler I'll give. She has an outfit later on. Oh, shit, I love it. You'll understand. And I'll go more and more into stuff like that in the other video. Hawkeye, I like the trench coat. And I like the fuck ton of arrows he has. Bruce is fine. He has pants. Thank goodness. Don't Hulk out on me. There's a scene when Ultron first introduces himself to the Avengers and he dives behind a bar and don't Hulk out on me. I'm like, that would be the funniest thing. Don't smash, Hulk. I get really excited for Black Widow because I'm always interested as to how they're going to develop and change the character. Also, her hairstyles are very interesting to me. And her outfit. So she looked hot. Her beating stick, her powered up beating sticks served their purpose. My only issue, I would say, with her outfit. Maybe it's kind of a pet peeve, I don't know. But there are a lot of scenes when she had her zipper down near the top, and from a practical standpoint, that doesn't seem like a smart idea. Like, these were scenes when they're walking around fighting Ultron and everything, and it's just, shoot. Like, the cleavage, you know, it's a perfectly nice view. So I appreciate the sentiments from whoever said that, sure, or whoever allowed that to happen. But from a practical standpoint, the shit should have been zipped up. Because, you know, that's just more skin exposed for when an Ultron bot just, you know, fucking, like, tries to laser her in the chest or some shit, you know. Zip that shit up, like, Cap America, full up to the neck. Tony, full up to the neck. Even Hawkeye, full sleeves, up to the neck. Scarlet Witch has a coat. Like, her I can understand. Her and him I can understand. They pick up some shoes, like some clothes off a rack. He picks up, I think, a pair of Skechers, which I think is kind of funny, or Adidas or some shit. And just like they're like, they're like, everybody suit up. He like grabs some sneakers, better lace up my Skechers. It's about to get hefty. But that's my only real pet peeve. I mean, you know, but acting's fine, pretty fantastic. I would like to see a little more Russian accent, I suppose, in specific sequences that you'll understand later on. But yeah, definitely go see Age of Ultron. Great film, totally worth the. I think I spent like $10 on this to see it in 3D. 10, $11. Totally worth it. I spent more for popcorn and icy. Not worth it, but I wanted the full film experience. I'm like, popcorn, icy, 3D glasses. I'm balling out today, motherfucker. But yeah, definitely give it a watch. So I'm gonna stop this video.